All right, this week we are looking at your Unit 5 assessments. So let's kind of look at our details page. Again, this unit, we talked about data, so we had the 1 column, the 2 column, got into some different topics about how to visualize data using code.org. So, as usual with your assessments, you're going to have a project and you're going to have a multiple choice. So the multiple choice, you'll just click on that link. You can start that for the project. You will notice that there's a planning guide that you're going to do. This is basically your project. You're going to be filling in this planning guide. Down at the bottom, there's 4 samples. Again, these are not perfect, but they're pretty good. I'll try to point some things out that you can do better on them. We'll kind of go over this as we go through this project. So for the planning guide, you are going to make a copy of this document. And basically what you're going to do is kind of use a data set in code.org to find out some information. So you will fill this out completely. You'll notice that at the very bottom is your rubric. So there are 6 categories. Each category is worth 10 points, and this kind of tells you what you need to do to get it like the higher level, kind of a high medium, kind of meeting expectations or below expectations. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at all the different data sets in code.org. You are going to choose one that you want to do this project on. So you're going to just tell me the data set name and then give me a short description of what that data set contains. So I'm just looking for a sentence or 2 just to explain what the data set is, what it does. Next, we talked about cleaning and filtering the data. Right, so cleaning was making sure that all of the values are similar so that we can properly represent them in our visualizations. Filtering is when maybe you have a data set that's got all 52 states and you're only worried about California. You would just filter that data to only look at California. So you need to address filtering and cleaning in this one. So tell me, did you filter or did not filter? Did you clean any data or did you not clean any data? And then you need to tell me why or why not, right? So we're looking at least 4 sentences here. Tell me if you filtered it, why you made that decision, if you cleaned it, and why you made that decision. Just make sure that you address both filtering and cleaning. One of the common mistakes I see is students will only address filtering or cleaning. They don't address both. So with your data set, you are going to create a visualization in code.org. You are then going to copy and paste your visualization into this box, right? So you can just, like if you're on a Windows, you can do the Windows key Shift S, do a little snippet of that. If you're on a Mac, you can do a screenshot, but you're just going to screenshot that visualization, paste it in there. And then you're going to scroll to page 2. This page has 3 questions. For each of these questions, I want a full paragraph response. And as usual, when you are writing paragraphs, I want you to use axes. So I'm looking for full paragraphs that use axes. So make your assertion. What are you trying to prove? What are you saying? Make sure you give me an example or 2. And then you're going to explain. This is where most students lose their points. So this should be the largest part of your paragraph. It should be like 2, maybe 3 sentences where you are explicitly telling me how this example or these 2 examples that you gave prove that assertion that you made. And then the last one is that significance or that conclusion, so you're going to sum it up. So for all 3 of these, what information does your visualization show? What new insights or decisions can be made? What are the possible problems with your analysis, including potential bias? You need to give me full paragraphs using Access. So once you're done with this, you're just going to go File, Download it as a PDF. You will upload that to Canvas so that I can grade it. Like I said, there are some examples. So I just have example 1 shown. I think there's 4 total examples that you could look at. Again, they're good. So they kind of give you, the data set name. They just put the name in here. That's fine. Short description. This data set includes rankings, user information, and follower counts of the top 50 most followed Instagram accounts as of June 2020. That's fine. No, I did not clean the data because all of the data in the columns I was using was a numeric format, which is what I needed. I did not filter the data because I was interested in looking at all 50 of the top users' information, not a subset. So this would work. They told me for cleaning and filtering whether they did it or did not do it and explained why. This is their copy of their visualization. So again, that works. You just create yours. You can use a crosstab, a histogram, whatever type of chart you want. I would say where these samples fall short is in their explanations. These were done a couple years ago before I introduced Axis, so these are not using Axis. They're close, but they're not using Axis. So make sure that your answers are more complete than this. You want to use that full Axis method with the assertion, the examples, explaining it in detail, and then that significance, concluding that paragraph. All right, so you'll do that for all three of those. And that pretty much does it for this week. There's some more details on here if you want to read through them. It kind of just explains what I just said. This is your link to the 4 samples that you can look at. The only thing I'll point out is in the project requirements, it does want you to complete the full project planning guide that you'll download. Make sure for the final 3 that you use Axes. And then when you review the sample submissions below, remember these are good projects, they're not perfect. You may not use the example data sets for your actual project. So you need to find your own data set that does not copy one of these examples. I want you to do your own original work. Beyond that, you just need to make sure that you come by for your weekly check-in. As usual, if you have any questions, come see me.